Hello! I'm gonna do an in-depth kind of thing for character storage sites. I did a video like this with a first impression on all the three major character hosting sites, but this time I'm going a little bit into depth on all of the sites to see which one might be better for you, but which one's better for me, and everything in between. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go into the pros, and at the end of the video, I'll go into the cons of each of those sites. We will be looking at Unveil, Toy House, and Character Hub. Toy House has been around for a good long while now, but Unveil has done a lot of promotional stuff starting, I think, at the beginning of this year. Not so much currently, though. And Character Hub, I think, has done maybe one or two promotions through YouTube ads. Both Unveil and Character Hub are relatively new. Unveil seems to be under beta still. And Character Hub, I know for a fact, had a brief, I think a year or 10 months beta where it was enclosed, where only a few people were able to use the sites and give feedback. It's been open to the public for, I want to say, a year now or so. Let's start with Unveil, since that's the one that I like the most. However, things might change at the end of this video. Unveil is very plug and play, where you could just put in a character and everything will be right there for you, ready to put information of your OC in. There's not too many events. They like to have generally one event per month or so. It's not too customizable either, however there are color changing for the background and a few other things, which I find pretty alright. Unveil would probably be my third choice to have my characters on. Character Hub is a little bit more community based, with a lot more community events. With the quizzes that they have on the site, you can explore your characters inside and out, which can prove very helpful if you're very confused on some points of your characters. Now, the customization on the site is a little bit more customizable than Unveil. However, it's just mainly just changing the the color on the background and a few other things, but also with the character rings, and we'll get to that. It would probably be my second choice to put my OCs on. With Toy House, it is far more customizable. I believe there's no limit to how much images that you could store on Toy House either. Uploading seems simple and straightforward as well, a little bit more than the other sites, I'd like to say. Toy House would be my first pick to put my characters on. To give you a clear indication of what I think on the features, I'll be using a letter grade system, A, B, C, D. D being the worst, of course F would be as well, but A being the best. So for the event feature, both Character Hub and Unveil have events. Toy House does not have any, so we're gonna exclude them from this. Unveil generally has one or two events per month, maybe every 3 weeks, and have a little event on their Discord. However, we're judging this on their websites. Sometimes they'll have a video up of their events up on YouTube, which is kind of really fun and cool, and they give big love for each creator and things that they post. Not just the people that run the site, but other creators that have their characters in there as well, and I think it's just cute and fun and wholesome. How they usually go about events, that they announce it on the site and on their Discord. They tell you to have hashtags into the characters' tags, and that's how other people find those characters in the event if, say, you are trying to draw other people's characters for that event. Their search system is actually pretty fire. For Character Hub, there is a separate page on their homepage for events. And it's not just one event, there usually is about 20 or so events going on at the same time. This can be very overwhelming. However, some events are just simple little roulette things where you just pick certain stuff. It's quite easy and it doesn't take a lot of time. So you could just probably put that on your dailies on there. Which also brings me to Character Hub has a lot of daily stuff going on the site, and we'll get through it with each feature, but I just want to put that out there that this is probably one of those things that make you come back to the site each day. So, on the event page, if anything says take action, that usually just means you're going to be sorting things or voting on something. No drawing or writing is necessary for taking part of this event, so it's just one of those simple things. However, if something says upload art for an event, that means you're probably going to have to draw something or have something to post. Same thing applies to submit text, which means you're probably going to be writing something for your character or whatever prompt they have up there for you. To make things more enticing on the event page for other people to join in, on Character Hub, they have specialty licensed events that you can join. Some that I've seen are the Sonic 3 movie stuff, the Transformer event, and I believe some online mobile game event. Each have different things and stuff to submit to. I didn't quite look into it, but that's just what I've noticed on there. From their shop area, you could also pay for maybe one or two events that they have promoted on there at the moment. That could lead to people drawing your character for an event or have a little contest for your characters or even having raffles and people paying for an OC of yours. Depends on what's going on though. So events on Unveil, I'm going to give it a C, and then for events on Character Hub, I'm going to give it a B. On Unveil, the thing that makes you come back to the site are the questions of the day. I'm going to give it an A. It's a lot of fun, and you get to explore different things of what your character would do for certain stupid questions, like what's their favorite theme park or fruit, or what's their favorite color on Wednesdays, or something like that. For Toy House, there's a feature called Bulletins on your homepage profile. I'm going to give this feature an A since the other two sites don't have this feature. I like to keep up to date with other things and keep people up to date with what's going on with my characters and drawing situations. So I think it's really nice. Wah. On Character Hub in their social area on the top of their site, you can get your characters featured here. What that entails is that people can see your characters, of course, and give them a good look, but also it could get complimented bombed, which means a lot of people will go ahead and leave nice comments on your characters, and it'll be such a nice, fun time. However, I could be wrong on this, but I think you have to pay to put your character on there. I feel that those compliments could be a little unsincere if that's the case, so I'm just going to keep that in mind and give it a D, as I kind of don't like that. However, getting comments are rather nice still, regardless if it was paid to be in there or not. Toy House, Unveil, and Character Hub each have worlds. Worlds work a little bit different from each other from each site, so let's see how each site runs their worlds. For the worlds on Toy House, they work kind of like a separate site or a user's profile, as in, say you have a species that you've made up that has like 2 ears and 4 arms, and other people want to join that community. You would make a world, and then they can join your world with you, and you guys can form a community along with other people that have the same type of characters. Sometimes they'll have little events on there. They'll have forums that you can talk to each other and bulletins and stuff. This is all speculation. Let's be clear on that. I've never joined one of somebody else's world. I tried to make one, and then I realized, oh, this is for that type of stuff. So if I wanted to have my own IP with my own stuff, sure. But I could probably also make a world with my IP, and other people can put their fan OCs into that world. So maybe I could do something like that. Maybe you could do something like that. I'm pretty sure somebody has done something like that. I mean, the option is there if you have a toy house. The way it works on Character Hub for Worlds is a lot like adding a character profile onto the site. You add the name, the quote of the character, tags, and the description. But they also have other things that you can input into there, such as theme songs, and if you have a webcomic or whatever, that you could go ahead and link it off site along with like animatics and other stuff like that. You could, of course, upload images as well, along with inputting new folders for your story, such as if you have like a story arc or whatever, you could put things from that story arc into that folder. Color palettes and custom sections, religion, location, and all that other stuff that you could fill out for days on here. On Unveil, it's a little bit more simpler. You could upload art for that story world, along with writing, but that's about it. Both Character Hub and Unveil, you have to input your characters that you've already uploaded onto your worlds. If you have a lot of characters like I do, it's a little hard to scroll and scrub through who goes into what world because there's so many characters. I like Character Hub for that reason because you could go ahead and search for this specific character if they have a specific name. It should pop up in their little search engine that only looks through your stuff on their site. And just like both of those sites, you cannot have other people input other things into your worlds. Say, like somebody has an AU and they want to put it into your character world. They cannot do that on Character Hub and on Unveil, unless I'm proven wrong. But so far that from I experienced on the site, you cannot do that, unlike the worlds on Toy House. So for Worlds on Toy House, I'm going to give them a B. It feels like completely different than the other two sites, even though they're named the same things. On Unveil, I'm going to give their worlds a B. And on Character Hub, I'm going to give them an A. since it's a little bit more easier to find your characters on there. And I like the other things that you could input to it, like linking offsite. For uploading art on Unveil, it only lets you upload images for as a character or within the worlds. Now, for posting art on Character Hub, you would want to create a post and then make sure the category is under art, and you can upload any art, probably. Also, within the characters, you could go ahead and upload art through their images when you edit the character. On Toy House, just hit submit and then plus image, and you can go ahead and upload your character or image there. You can even add characters if you would like that are within the image, of course. Watermarks are provided on each of the sites as well. I feel there's a lot more customization and ease on Toy House for watermarks, so if you're interested in that, there's that. For Unveil, I'm going to give them a C. I'm not satisfied that the art is not separated when you upload it. It has to be afterwards. It's still posted as a character and not art. For Toy House, I'm going to give an A+, because I do like the whole customization of the watermarks and thumbnails. And the ease of it does help as well. For Character Hub, I'm going to give it an A-, because I do like the ease of posting it up as within the category and the post. I haven't used any of the writing features on Character Hub Toy House or Unveil yet, and I don't know if I ever will. I can't give a proper assessment for that, so I am sorry. But I do encourage everybody to give every one a shot, a try. Who knows? You might like one writing format better than the other. I don't know. I'm a drawler. Let's get into the character features on each of the sites now. When you upload a character to Unveil, you have the option of giving it a name, description, the creator, the artist, hashtags, and the gallery, and the main picture that you're going to be representing that character as. You can also put down writing and worlds and other options and traits after you have saved the first initial stuff of that character. To upload a character on Character Hub, you'll have to save the banner of the character, the thumbnail of the character, name, character quote, tags, and other things in the add section, which is trait, music, stats, description, color palette, and images. In the advanced setting, which I do recommend you open up when you make a character, you have an option of did you make the character, is this from any fandom, and to add to a folder and other little trigger warnings for that character if you have such a character. There's also a more section as well that you can click on. There's a lot more options that you could put on your character's profile here. However, one or two things you might have to pay for. Not necessary to add everything all at once, of course. To upload a character onto Toy House, you'll need the character's thumbnail, the name, the folder you might want to put them in, visible to the public or not, and tags. Oh, and who created the character and if it was from offsite designed or whatever. Also have the option to upload images as well through here. I didn't quite see that beforehand myself. Oops. For Unveil, I'm going to be giving them a B for uploading characters to. On Toy House, I will be giving them an A, and then Character Hub, I'm going to be giving an A+, with a little asterisk, like a big old asterisk for Character Hub, because if you're really in the weeds of your character, you're going to love it. So that's why it gets an A+. Otherwise, it might get a little overwhelming. So just FYI. So, for characters, on Toy House, it works a little bit different. With your character feature on there, there's unsorted, which means not all of them are in a folder. However, you can make folders, and that acts like the worlds from the other two sites. What I like personally about it, that you could add AUs of your characters in there. Say they have a villain persona or something of the sort, you could go ahead and add tabs to it, and that can lead to other photos and stuff of that character and writings. On the other two sites, when you outlook your characters, they're just all of them there. However, you have to either go through pages or manually scroll through your characters on there. On Character Hub, you scroll, and on Unveil, you have to go ahead and click on the pages as you go. So for characters, I'm going to give Toy House an A+. For characters on Unveil, I'm going to give a B+. And on Character Hub, I will be giving it a... because I really hate this scrolling on there, I'm going to give it a B-. Let's go ahead and talk about the market feature on all of the sites. To use the marketplace on Toy House, you have to search through it through the filters on their site. You could also purchase other things through there as well, but I'm going to be looking through it primarily through a character-based lens. For the video, of course. I tried to sell 2 characters on there, and no takers, which is unfortunate. I did, however, get somebody ask if I did commissions on there, which was kind of cool. I never got back to them, and I'm sorry. So I can't really do a reliable take on what I think about the marketplace on Toy House, other than the fact that when I did use it to try to sell. So in that case, I'm going to be giving it a C. It's really oversaturated with a lot of characters to look through, which can be a good thing, but it's also hard to be noticed. On Unveil, they do have a marketplace. However, they had a different marketplace earlier. However, they took it down for one reason or another. Now, they still have their other marketplace up. I don't know exactly how transactions work on there now, but you could still transfer characters on there. I think you just have to purchase them off the site if you use real money. So I'm going to rate their marketplace a B. It's a lot less saturated, so you might get shown your work a lot more on there if you do decide to sell your characters. For the marketplace on Character Hub, you could sell custom art, writing, and characters on there, along with other freebies. They do say that they take a cut from the purchaser. However, they give the full amount to the artist. Unless I'm reading that wrong. There's 5 categories for their marketplace. There's the marketplace that they have stuff in general on there. The freebies, they have art commissions, characters for sale, and their own proper store, which is under Character Hub on there. I had a character up there for sale for $40 on their marketplace on Character Hub, and it didn't sell. I had 2 of them. So I put one up on a raffle. I'll get to that feature in a little bit later. No sales yet, but interesting nonetheless to have it up there still. I will be giving Character Hub's marketplace a B. Alright, let's get into the features of your profile on each of the sites. For Character Hub, you get to customize your Abby, of course, and you get a banner to customize. You'll have your recent characters on there, and people can leave comments on your profile on Character Hub, your marketplace listings, and your social posting on there. You'll also have a combination of your featured characters on there that you could switch out. There's also featured achievements if you achieved any, and an about section. For a little extra flair on your profile, you could choose the header color as well. For other basic things, you could put down your age and your pronouns on there, along with other sites that link to you. But you could also do a few more other things if you pay for those features. For the paid features, you could change the username color. Also, you could change the user badges, which I don't know exactly what those do, but it's alright. And here's a feature that's kind of a mix between a paid feature and a non-paid feature, because you could technically get this feature without using any money at all. You could purchase enough rubies or whatever their currency they use to get an Abby ring. You could search for gift boxes for coins. The more coins they get, the more that you could go ahead and purchase a ring for your Abby. You could also, like character rings, purchase for free-ish the background animations. Right here, I have the character animations that I chosen, which is, I think, inspiration or imagination. I don't know. I'm too lazy to read. It has little sparkles. Or you could just get the animation background that says sparkles. Now, the reason why I think they do this for the Character Hub profile ring and backgrounds is because if you have a character that's specific to a certain theme, having that around your character will just add to the ambience of the character. So for Toy House, I'm pretty sure you could customize your profile a lot more than I know of. But for right now, in the edit profile thing, there's display recent characters, display featured characters, display recent bulletins, and number of comments on front page. Other than that, I'm kind of lost. I do like the simplicity of it, so I'm going to give that an A for me, only because I think it's a lot more customizable. For Unveil, you get 1 big banner and then 3 profile pictures that you could upload. It could be anything, along with your Abby, of course. Your profile displays 9 characters. Have a little blurb of yourself, along with little badges that you might encounter throughout your travels on Unveil. Along with other links, they also recently put up comments on there. Now that that's out of the way, we're going to address each site individually, since a lot of the leftover features are independent of each site. Let's start with Unveil. The random discovery on the Explore page really helps you find new OCs and creators. They have a certain set amount of OCs on their page when you hit shuffle and face back, but when you click on them, it flips them forward. Or you can click on Reveal All. That would flip all the OCs front forward and you could see who you got. I really like this gimmick. However, I feel like it's a little too buggy. Some characters don't load sometimes, and it just, I don't know. But I do like the gimmick a lot. I'm going to give it a B, only for the fact that it just, some of them won't load, and it's been a problem for a while. But I'm sure if more people use it, I'm sure they'll fix it. Hopefully. Alright, let's go ahead and look at more features from Toy House. For the link feature, you choose one character, and then you'll be able to choose another character. From there, already be a little blurb in the word bubbles next to the characters. So-and-so's feelings about this character or that character. I believe you could also do it with other people's characters as well, but you have to send a request first. If you already own that character, it should probably already just give it out to you. It's a really fun way to get your characters linked up, and have maybe a little bit of roleplay as well, without a lot of commitment. I can get behind that. I'm going to give this feature an A. I think it's cute. Now that the other two sites are out of the way, let's go ahead and look at Character Hub's special features. Let's get this one out of the way since I don't think I'm going to be using it. Social spaces. That feature is to communicate with each other in a little forum type area. Again, I've never used it. It just looks very intimidating to me, so I can't really rate it any grade or anything, but if you're into that, give it a try, or tell me how it is, because I've never used it. On to the next feature. Let's talk about Character Hub's raffles. Anybody that has an account on Character Hub can make a raffle. There are main two types of raffles that you can create. You can raffle off a character or draw other people's characters. You can put up a synopsis of what you're raffling off and upload images as well, along with setting up the terms and conditions for the raffle and what you could do afterwards with the art. You can also set up bonus entries, such as, please draw my character, and that will enter you in for a second time into the raffle. Or show and or share the raffle on social media. I ran about 2 raffles on here so far. It's just a little troublesome trying to contact the person that won the raffle. I never won any myself, but it's fun to put on a little show. Heck, you might even gain followers that way on there. For that, I'm going to give it an A. It's enjoyable. Next unique feature on Character Hub is quizzes. With quizzes, you're only allowed to take 3 a day, and each quiz can help you find out more about your OC. Let's say you already took one quiz, but then the next day, the same quiz pops up, but it says day 2 is ready. That would be a continuation from the last quiz. I'm going to give this feature a B. I'm not quite sold on it yet. I also don't like that there's like a day 2 to some quizzes. I also don't like that there's only 3 quizzes that you could take in a day. Here's a super cute feature that I'm excited to try to use in the near future. I haven't used it yet, but very soon. Underneath each character on their profile, there should be a Send Fan Art button. If you click on it, there's 2 options, Submit Fan Art or Submit Other Fan Work, which means other people can send you fan art easy peasy. No long hassle of seeing where are they most active. If they're on the site, they come back to it and they get fan art. That is so cute. Or other fan work. Can you imagine going to the site and then finding out somebody did music based off your OC? I don't know if that's ever happened, but it's possible now. I mean, more so than usually. You know what I mean. This feature is super cool. I can't rate it yet, but just the idea of it, I think both of the other 2 sites should implement this. Heck, I think all sites should implement this. I mean, I guess DMs exist, but nothing specifically for fan art for people. I think that'd be really cool. So now that all of those features are all talked about, let's get into the cons of each site. Then get into which site might feel like a better fit for you. For cons for Unveil, the adding art feature helped, but the community is already used to adding almost any art and social posts to setting them as characters, which makes it frustrating and hard to look for new characters. I also wish there was kind of a template that I can use for a thumbnail for the characters when they're uploaded. I've been noticing a lot of my characters being chopped off and unwanted places and just looking funky, so much so that I made my own little template. It looks a lot better and feels a lot neater. Now for cons of Toy House. The whole code situation on the site I do not like. It might come off a little elitist for those who don't have a code and have been trying to get onto the site for who knows how long. The HTML coding and customization on the site can be a little overwhelming and a little time consuming, not gonna lie, but the results are beautiful if you do it correctly. On some of the custom layouts, it may come off a little hard to find some of the menus to navigate. Now on for Character Hub. I feel like the premium for the sites and paying for it might be a little too much, but it takes a lot of money to run a website, so I totally understand. The site has a lot of features and can get a little overwhelming, be it quizzes, raffles, or events. Having more than at least 10 at a time is kind of confusing and a lot to take in. Each of these sites have a pro and con to them. However, it all comes down to your personal preference. I love all of these sites for one reason or another. I will be using all of them. I just hope I remember to update them. Having like almost more than 150 characters on each of the sites is kind of a lot to take care of. If you're looking for something to just plug and play, get your characters up there, the organization on there might not be up to par from the other two sites. But for what it is, if you have so few characters, so few art, so few writings, maybe Unveil might be the better option for you. Heck, it might be a really good introduction to the other two sites as well. If you want a little bit more customization for each character and organization, maybe Character Hub might be better for you. There's a lot of options to get into the weeds of your characters here, so you could drop a lot of time on this site if you get really down into it. It's a lot more options to socialize on the site as well. Heck, you could even socialize as one of your characters without leaving your account. I'd recommend Character Hub to those who want to customize their characters without extensive knowledge of HTML and who might want a little bit more community on site. I'd recommend Toy House to those who want extensive customization to your characters and organization. Community might not be the top priority on the site, but it does make up with it with the whole customization thing, like by a long shot. Unlike the other two sites, they kind of just assume you have all the stats and character traits already set to go to just copy and paste it onto the characters themselves and their profiles. It's really just a hands-on type of site. Feels a little old school as well if you're into that. I recommend Toy House to those who want a lot more customization and organization. Holy frick. I can't stress how much I love the organization on Toy House. I've been on Character Hub and Toy House for about 5-ish months or so now, and I've been on Unveil for almost a whole year or more, and I love each and every single one of them. I've seen Unveil grow so much and they're always working. I love the staff on the site. They're so precious. I love them. Toy House has always felt a little distant to me, but I do like the organization, so as long as I stay in my own lane and I don't communicate to anybody on there, I'll be fine. I'll be safe. And Character Hub, I feel like I'm in the middle ground of both of those. Like, I'm staying in my own lane, but I really want to get out there as well. So, I want to explore both Character Hub and Toy House a lot more. I just really wanted to get this video out there to show that I'm working on it. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video as well for this. I just like spreading the word because I've always been curious about Toy House and never been able to get in, but Unveil led that to be a little bit open for me, so I got to explore a little storage site for my OCs, which was great, so that made me want to explore the other sites. But I just want to say, no matter which site you use, I really would like everybody to just put their OCs out there, be it hidden or just for your eyes only, or if you want to like have people come and comment your characters, because I would hate if anything bad happened to your OC and you only had one picture up of your OC and a dog was slobbering all over it and it ruined that character, and so you don't remember exactly how their hair was. I would loathe that. I want you to have your characters out there. Take a picture of it. Scan it in. Do something. As long as it's in the cloud, you'll have a remembrance of that character, because who knows? That could be a mascot for your brand or whatever, I don't know. Or you just want to explore the character more because it's so hard to, like, you have a good idea and it's just boop, gone, and you don't know what happens in life. So why not have multiple places to put your characters at? Am I scared that anything bad will happen to my characters or drawings or anything like that? No, no. What gives you that idea? I've only been saving my drawings since I was in middle school, and I'm a full-grown adult now. Either way, there's more than just these 3 sites to store your characters at, such as your personal website, a Google Drive, or Millinone. I don't know. As long as they're in a place that are safe and you can find, why not? But hey, maybe I might do a video on those ones, eh? Eh? Alright, I will be going. Have a lovely, awesome always. Take good care. Thank you for watching the video if you made it this far. Goodbye. I'll see you at some point.